Welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today we're doing pregnancy yoga or prenatal yoga to make our hips feel good. So this is great if you're having any hip pain during pregnancy, or if you have sciatica, pelvic girdle pain, or pubic symphysis dysfunction. We are going to strengthen, stretch, and balance to prevent or relieve any hip pain in pregnancy. Consult with your doctor before starting this or any new exercise routine, especially in pregnancy. Listen to your body. If something is causing pain, please stop or modify. And also, if you are in pain, seek out professional help from a physiotherapist or a chiropractor who can help you. I'm also going to add a couple of exercises that my physiotherapist recommended. So you can use a strap or a physio ball for this, but I'm actually just going to use a towel and show you how to do both those exercises with just a towel. Lastly, I may look like I'm pregnant. I'm actually just wearing a belly for demonstration purposes. I have 3 kids, but I'm not currently pregnant, but I do put out pregnancy videos every week. So if you like videos like these, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's start in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. You can sit up on a block. I'm actually sitting on a block now, or you can use your towel that you grabbed and sit on top of your towel. We'll stretch side to side, but we're going to cross our bottom arm over to get an extra stretch. So we're going to cross this arm in front and then reach across. You should feel a nice stretch through here. Taking deep breaths. Let's switch sides. Reaching a little bit with your bottom hand for an extra stretch. Coming up. One more time on each side. Inhale. Last time. Good. Moving to hands and knees now. We will lubricate our hip joints, doing some hip circles. Going the other way. Perfect. Let's move into some pelvic tilts now, finding a neutral position. Engage your core, pulling your baby into your spine, and then we'll tuck our tailbone under, lengthening through our lower back, and then anterior tilt the other way. And moving back and forth. You can bring the rest of your back into it now for cat and cow. Good. Tucking our toes, pressing into our first downward dog. You can lift one heel at a time if that feels good. Spreading your fingers and toes. Now reaching your heels both towards the ground. Gaze is up at your belly. Taking small steps, we'll walk our feet towards our hand. You can bend your knees as much as you need, taking your feet wider apart, making room for your belly. And when you reach your hands, roll up one vertebra at a time. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up, looking up at your thumbs. Exhale, back to namaste. Inhale up. Exhale, hands in prayer. One more time. Taking your hands apart, we'll move into windmill. And so we're going to take one hand and bring it down to the opposite foot, doesn't matter how far down, and then looking up at the hand. Inhale, coming up, switching sides. Moving with your breath. Good. Bringing your feet a little in, we'll move into chair position. So spreading your weight evenly between all four corners of your feet and sitting down as if you're sitting into a chair. Fingertips reaching towards the top corner of the room, cores engaged, not letting your belly flop out. Sink a little bit lower. Inhale, coming up. Hands to prayer. And inhale back into chair. Holding here, strong legs. Inhale, coming up. We'll do that one more time. Releasing out of the pose. Let's come to tree pose. So you can ground your left foot and either bring your right foot to your calf or your thigh, or if you have pubic symphysis and it doesn't feel good to put your leg out, you can leave it here, but we'll balance, making sure our hips are even, we're not sinking into one hip. Bringing your hands to heart center and up to tree pose. Finding something steady to look at. Steady breaths. Beautiful. With control, bringing our hands down, switching sides. Spreading your toes. Finding your tree pose. One more breath here. Releasing out. Let's come down to our knees. We're going to stretch our hip flexor or our psoas, bringing one leg back up. The first step is to just tuck our tailbone, and that should give a really nice stretch through here. And you don't need to go into the full lunge if you tucking your tailbone under. You can either stay here, or if it feels good, you can move into a lunge, keeping your tailbone tucked. Move forward, hands on your knee, or you can go down here, taking a few deep breaths. Letting the tension around your hips go. And pressing into your hands and your foot, switching sides. Tucking your tailbone under, you should feel that stretch before you even move into the lunge. If you have pubic symphysis, you might just want to stay here, or you can move into your lunge, high lunge, or putting your hands down. Beautiful. Coming out nice and safe. Let's move down to the ground to Janu Shirshasana. You can put your right foot out and left foot in. Inhale up. Release forward. Hands can go on your legs or your toes, wherever they reach. Coming up. We'll switch to the other side. Keeping length in your spine. Good. Coming out of the pose. There's a couple of different options here. We're going to do figure 4 or pigeon. If you love pigeon, feel free to move into your pigeon pose here. I'm going to do a seated figure 4. So we can lean back and toes are pointing towards our feet, and we can cross one leg over. And then I like to walk my foot up to get a deeper stretch here. You can flex your top foot, sitting up tall, breathing. You're doing great. Switching to the other side. Releasing this side. Let's go over onto our side. We'll roll onto our back. We're not going to be here long, so you don't have to worry about the pressure of your uterus, because we're going to go into a bridge. But if you are worried about it, you could always just put a towel under one corner of your hip. Let's bring our heels towards our fingertips. We're going to move into bridge pose, activating your glute muscles and pressing up. If it feels good, you can roll your shoulders underneath your body and clasp your hands, or you can also just leave your palms down on the ground, pressing your arms into the ground, pushing up with your glutes. Slight lift in your chin, lots of space under your neck. If your hands are clasped, you can unclasp them, release your shoulders, roll down. We'll do that again, pressing up. Beautiful. Unclasping, releasing down. Let's bring our knees in, rock back and forth. Rolling over to the side, we'll come back up to a seated position. You can also do this on a chair. We're going to use a towel here and put it between our knees for an adduction squeeze here. So sitting up tall, you can lean back. We're going to squeeze our inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a breath. Let's do that again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breathe. We can even add a Kegel this time. So squeeze inner thighs, Kegel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Relaxing your Kegel as well. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more breath here. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Now we're going to get down on our backs. Use our towel as a strap, or you can grab your strap if you have one. Lengthening one leg, and then we can place our towel around the other leg, stretching it up. We're not going to be here long, but if you wanted to place a pillow or a towel under one hip if you're further along in your pregnancy, you can. Let's hold the towel in one hand. We'll take the same arm down to the ground, and then we can pull that leg across our body, getting a nice stretch through our IT band. Good. Bringing it back up. We'll switch sides. First, taking a couple breaths here. And slowly crossing that top leg across your body. Engaging your cord, come back up, and releasing down out of the pose. Rolling over onto your side, coming back up to butterfly pose. If butterfly pose isn't comfortable, you could do a seated forward fold with your legs together. Sitting tall. If it feels good, you can fold forward here. While you finish stretching here, I'm going to read you the pregnancy yoga card for the day, which is, "I love you just as you are," which is a quote from Mr. Rogers. I started saying this every day to my kids. They love it, and now they've started saying it back to me, which is really sweet. We'll move into Shavasana now. So if you wanted to use the pillow or the towel between your knees, I can make it much more comfortable, and especially for sleep, it can help reduce hip pain as well. You can place your hand on your belly, connect with your baby, send your baby love. Take some deep breaths. Feel your whole body relax, especially the muscles in your face, your jaw, your hands and your feet, your pelvic floor. Feel free to stay here if you want to rest here longer, or else you can wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching them apart. Find your way back up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste to you, and namaste to the babies. I'm going to keep making pregnancy, yoga, and fitness videos every week. So if you like videos like these, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and to support me, share this with another mom, friend, or community that you think would enjoy this video. I also have lots of free resources for pregnant moms. I'll put the link in the description box below. You can grab your copy of the pregnancy yoga cards. I also have a pregnancy meal plan that I put together as a registered dietitian, a complete guide on how to reduce and cope with pain in labor, as well as a Kegel guide on how to prepare your pelvic floor for a natural birth and the fastest recovery after. Thank you so much again for joining me for this practice. I'm going to link to the whole playlist of pregnancy, yoga, and fitness videos so you can save it and come back to your favorite ones whenever you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can click on the subscribe button right there.